So I grew up on this lake. I moved up here in the early 70s, and this is actually my 40th year living up here. And one thing I think is really special about Bass Lake, it's sort of a hometown, it's sort of a family resort, and it very much has that same feeling to me as it did when I was 11 and 12 years old running around out here. The summer's great here. I mean, it has that buzz of the energy of all the people on pontoon boats and skiing, and there's, the sounds of people everywhere. But when the winter months come, the locals really do get the lake back. And any visitors that come in get to enjoy that feeling as well. In the early 1900s, this was dammed. This used to be called Crane Valley, and this was a very popular Native American camp and hunting ground. So you can look around on the lakeshore and you can find volcanic glass called obsidian. And right off the road, right off the Falls Beach, Recreation Point, these are established Native American camps that you can explore. You can find in the slab bedrock granite these great grinding holes where they would smash down acorns and boil out the tannins of acorns to make flatbread. The main water source to Bass Lake is Willow Creek, and right at the Falls Beach is where the trailhead to Willow Creek is. I walk that trail in all the seasons, but in the winter, when there's nobody around and the water's flowing really great because you have all the snow melt, it's just a magical time to be up and around the river, seeing the power and feeling the power of the waterfalls, and certain sections of the river flatten out and become really tranquil and mellow. It's just a very special place to be in winter. This is great too. In the off season, you get this great blanket of moss that grows lush all over trees and rocks. You don't have this in the summer. It'll still be here, but it gets dry and turns brown. It's just like carpet. You can just see how soft that is. Everything you lean up against is just like a nice, soft, padded little place to sit. So I can get up there and I can either bring my camera or walk the dogs, or a lot of times I just love to go on trail runs, and that's where I get in shape. I run all winter long so that I can come out here and feel good about peeling my shirt off when it's pontoon time. I always tell friends of mine that live down in the Central Valley that to come up and visit. There's oftentimes in the winter you get that tule fog, real dense fog in the valley, and just a 50-minute drive up the hill, you're in this wonderful bluebird condition. And what a lot of people don't realize is there's some services that are open all year long. You have the Pines where you can rent boats and pontoon boats, canoes. Miller's Landing is a great place on the South Shore that has chalets you can rent. The Pines has chalets. So I can come out here and paddle on the lake or go on a trail run. And then just a mile down the road at the Pines, I've got Velasco's, one of my favorite Mexican restaurants. Obviously, Yosemite National Park is one of the main draws to this area. People that come up here are on their way to Yosemite. But I always tell folks, make Bass Lake a stop for a day or two, because beyond just having places to stay and eat outside of the park, it's just a great destination. Well, I love photography, and the winter is the best time to be down at Bass Lake for photography, because all of the migratory birds come to Bass Lake in transit to wherever they're going to end up. So you have all these different species of birds that are coming in here. So I love getting up early in the morning when the lake's all cold. You get that great steam coming off of the lake. All these little weeds that we're looking at right now just get little ice crystals on them, and it's just one of the best places to break your camera out and get some amazing shots. You know, aside from the ancient history of the Native Americans that thrived here for hundreds and hundreds of years, there's some really great local history. Some of the foundations to the Falls Resort are still intact. You can see these cement structures and handrails. You can picture people back in the 50s, you know, enjoying a cocktail and looking out over the lake. It's just a neat place to realize how much history is right in this area. It's just one of those places where there's a lot to do if you know what to look for. Coming up here in winter is going to be a great surprise for you, and you're going to see Bass Lake in a whole new light.